It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Saints, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Carr. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Kamara up the middle. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. One of the linebackers has got it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Still on his feet.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 44 yards for Josh Jacobs. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So that CD, that was impressive. He got out of 3, maybe 4 tackles there on his way to the end zone.
And a lot of times when you break a tackle or slip a tackle, it actually slows you down. That's what we were taught. If you don't make the play, make him stop his feet so someone else can get there and tackle him. But not here. He just kept right on going.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. To throw, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. So no gain on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Here's Carr to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Bilal Nichols, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, Carter. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Mayer. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21 to zip.
Saints, nothing. Daniel Carlson, kicking off for Las Vegas.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Carr, and this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Gets around him, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown in this opening quarter, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From his end zone, here's...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Carr gonna throw. And the Raiders have got him.
Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes Carter. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word was...
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jacoby Myers. 56 yards.
And the Raiders have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
to kick off for Las Vegas.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35. As the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now a timeout called for by the defense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 9.
Throwing now is Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Avoids him at the 40. Powers through. Oh, what a move. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
136 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. A nice little juke. And he is in. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it is 42-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Jerry Tillery. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Carr. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Gets past one man. A second fake. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders extend their lead yet again.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Pressure comes and down he goes. Vegas able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Take it at the 37. A beautiful fake. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Garoppolo work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And look at this, it's a fake. The 20, and the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I absolutely love that play call there. They just came off of a big play. They've got momentum in their direction, and they come back and take the shot at the end zone. Just unable to complete it. I love their aggressiveness.
And you feel like the defense, a sigh of relief, could have been back-to-back really big plays. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
That is caught.
Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon from Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Garoppolo going to stay on the field with the Raider offense. They'll go for 2.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
No gain, and it's second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
He's got a man, complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders have got it on cruise control.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Up to the 20.
He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They'll run right here with Jacobs. They juked him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
182 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Second down, Jacobs once more.
Fighting to stay upright inside the 10.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Garoppolo looking to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to get this out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, Carr.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On play action, it's Carr.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Again, they'll throw with Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jerry Tillery able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now he's loose again. Now look out to the 20.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, 92 yards.
And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Raiders take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Garoppolo going to stay on the field with the Raider offense. They'll go for 2. And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now Carr on the bootleg. And the Raiders have got him. John Jenkins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Carr now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jerry Tillery. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember the offense. There he goes, right side. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown Raiders. Keelan Cole, 66 yards. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has He's got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he fields it cleanly. Dances by him. Oh, some strong running. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! Back now here live in New Orleans. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Here's Carr to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jerry Tillery, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 34. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Garoppolo, touchdown!
Jacoby Myers from 8 yards out.
And the Raiders continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Kamara off the draw. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Now Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Carr. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Jerry Tillery in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7. On play action. Now Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal.
It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just...
There he goes, left side. DeAndre Carter. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return.
And the Raiders are pouring it on.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing his car on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Carr now on first down. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Carr going to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He can't get him down. Showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second down, Jacobs once more.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2nd and 9.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that's a wrap.